You know, my dad used to tell me anything mentally conceived can be physically achieved. And I used to be like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I understand it. Some old head millennial talk. But, as I get older, it's always, you always internalize a lot of the things your friends, your family, your parents say because, you really get to understand the value of these words and what they mean truthfully. And the topic of today's video is kind of echoing that sentiment that where anything you think in your mind is literally physically possible. And whether you're experiencing through an alternate version of yourself, whether you are feeling that through your future self, or just simply imagining that and feeling it within the moment, there's a lot that goes into the imagination and how this can connect to your actual reality. Because if you're able to imagine it, you are very likely able to create it. So I kind of what sparked this video for me was, as you guys can see in the background, I was literally had some video about a Rolls Royce playing on in the background a little earlier today, and it brought me back to something that was very interesting for me because I was like, okay, I'll tie this in because it's two separate things, but I had kind of like this vision where I was driving a Rolls Royce and my kid was, in the Rolls Royce with me in the back, and I'm, showing chauffeur him around like, like this ain't regular shit, but it is regular to him. And I kind of want to a lot of the things I want to do are for my kids, and I want to give them experiences that may seem like I want their mundane to be everybody's whoa. So when I had this feeling of being in this moment with my kids, I was like, don't be ashamed. You're pulling up in a Rolls Royce. Like, be proud of that. Be proud of where you come from, and that being able to have such a privilege like that. Like, make it feel regular to you. Don't be spoiled by it, but make it feel regular to you. And I say this because I had that feeling a few weeks ago, and then a couple weeks after, I'm watching Spider-Man One, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man One trilogy, and he's in the same exact scenario where Harry Osborn's father, the Green Goblin, freaking Norman, you know, um, Willem Dafoe, right? He's like, he's like, Dad, do I really have to pull up to the school field trip in a Rolls Royce? And he's like, never be ashamed of where you come from. So it kind of like, for me, it's only fair to kind of not doubt. Doubt is too much of a strong word, but when you're in the mix of it all, you kind of go like, like you got to get through it. But what I'm trying to say is, what keeps me grounded is moments like that where there's certain synchronicities, there's certain types of feelings and emotions that get invoked in myself where I can kind of feel the difference between me imagining something and me kind of feeling it within that moment. And it's the fact that I have that type of moment where I can literally feel like in my heart that moment that I'm kind of imagining makes me kind of realize that this is a real moment and that it is something that is possible. So I kind of just say this all to say that's just a lot of me blabbering about the idea of a lot of the things you envision in your life, you envision them for a reason. You envision them because they're possible for you to achieve. You know, do you think somebody like the fucking Wright brothers, right? Although they're 33s, they're different. We're built different. But to think about flying, right? Oh, we're gonna make humans fly. We're gonna mimic birds. For that to be thought of and then literally happen, kind of proves and just reinforces the belief that, like I said, if you can think it, if it's in your imagination, if a thought has come across your mind, you know, you are capable of receiving that. You're capable of accomplishing that. You're capable of doing it, whatever you seek your mind to. So I try not to be too motivational. I just want to really just be chatting. I'm not here to be a guru, but you are going to be rich. I am rich. We are rich. You know what I'm saying? We're rich in many ways. But when you want to look at the financial aspect of it all, do what you got to do every day. It's about showing up, consistency. This video didn't just show up for no random people. If you're watching it, you're watching it for a reason, man. I'm making it for a reason because, like, literally, like I said, this spurred on to me, just simply by watching videos of Rolls Royces. I like to absorb the wealth, through the screen, but in all seriousness, like, that was a glitchy moment for me. And now I have the green inadvertently, not for Green Goblin, but like Green Goblin was kind of like the glitch. So, find it interesting. Continue to keep going, keep grinding, keep shining, man. Ask yourself, what does winning require? You know, for me today, I didn't want to get up. I'm not gonna lie, boy. I'm not gonna lie. But I've gotten good at asking myself in the morning, what does winning require? It required me to get that ass out, boy. So ask yourself that. What does winning require? Make sure you align with that answer, because if it's a no, you better figure something else out. So ask yourself that in the morning. That's what I do myself. And just know. Move around life. Continue to move as if you know. That's another big shift there as well. Once you let go of the resistance of, oh, is it gonna happen? Or isn't, that's it. You see a lot of things flowing. You see a lot of small steps, incrementally, things line up. Things want to work out in your favor. I wholeheartedly believe that. So, unless you have bad karma, you got bad karma, then you're fucked. But you got clear karma, which I hope most of you guys do. Don't go around be doing bad shit. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.